In a world where big cars and premium seem to go hand in hand, I'm here today to challenge that fact. Today we are looking at a Mini Cooper S all-electric and a Ford Fiesta Vignale to show that bigger isn't always better, and sometimes the best things come in small packages. This is the Ford Fiesta, one of the UK's most popular cars since it launched in the 70s, and frankly, it's super easy to see why. They're small, they're practical, they're fun, they're great value for money, and they are the Ford Fiesta gift that just keeps on giving. This is a Fiesta Vignale, and what does that mean? Well, it means this small package packs an incredibly premium punch. The Vignale is the very top of the line when it comes to trim and comfort and all the nice little goodies that you'd expect, frankly, from a much larger, more expensive car. Let's start with the outside and the front. This lovely grille comes with the Vignale, and if you squint, it looks like a Mercedes grille. I'm going to say that and I'm going to stick to it. Adaptive Ford LED headlights that make it look unbelievably Ford Fiesta. I didn't think it was possible for a Fiesta to look even more like one, and yet here it is. Everything around here is small, tightly packaged and practical. You've got 19-inch Vignale alloy wheels that look a little bit smoky. I quite like it. Smoky's good, right? In premium, reminds you of like a cigar lounge or something. Don't smoke, kids. As you head down, this particular Vignale has got added 2 doors for given benefit in the getting things in department, and then a nice boot saddled with its bum bum. Talking of bum bums, let's have a look at it. Now, of course, Fiestas are hatchbacks, which means you get a nice big opening into your boot, and because it's not that high off the ground, everything is pretty low. And the boot itself is pretty sizable, 292 litres worth of space in the back, even more with the seats down that do fold flat, and it turns into a little Fiesta van with about 1,000 litres worth of space. In reality, that means that you can fit quite a large suitcase into the boot and lift it in and out with very little effort required, which is nice. Like I say, just about a hand's depth worth of lip there. Now, very easy to close because, again, the car's not that tall, it's not that big. You don't need to worry about an electric tailgate in a small premium car like this, unlike a much larger car. Bonus win for the small car there. Now, this Vignale has got a 1-litre EcoBoost hybrid in the front end, and you're told that by a little badge on the back. What does that mean in real life? Well, first of all, even though it's a small engine, it is turbocharged. Ford have done a great job with EcoBoost engines. This has got 125 horses under the bonnet, which means this small little hatchback really does pack a punch. The Fiesta chassis is well known for being one of the most engaging and fun to drive, but it means that actually you get an awful lot of car for your money. You feel like you're in control all the time, which is very important. Now, even though this has got hybrid written on it, it is a mild hybrid. You're not going to have to worry about plugging it in at home, plugging it in at a service station. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's just got a very small 48-volt battery hidden under the workings in this Fiesta that just gives the engine a helping hand when you're turning it on. Doesn't use as much fuel. When you're moving around, it helps power things like the air conditioning, the radio, the infotainment, that kind of thing. It just makes it that tiny little bit more fuel efficient out and about, which is, I think, a very good selling point. Inside the Ford Fiesta Vignale, it's actually super premium. So I'm just going to start with the seats. They're very comfortable, they're very supportive, they feel almost sporty. They've got faux leather and Alcantara mix, which I think is really, really nice. I'm actually surprised at how comfortable I am sat in the seats. This is a manual. Remember those? 3 pedals in front of you, so I shan't talk about that for too long. But in front of you, the steering wheel, nicely leather feel. Not sure if it's leather or not, to be honest, I imagine it's not. In front of you, you have a digital dashboard, which you can play with depending on what you want to see, but it's super, super crisp. Shows your odometer, how fast you're going, etc., which I quite like. But then as you head into the middle, oh, and there's a button to turn the engine on and off because it is keyless entry in this, which is nice. Touchscreen, 12.3-inch infotainment system. Now, Ford actually did an awful lot for the advancement of car infotainment. And this is a fantastically reactive system. It's not the crispest. You can get infotainment systems that are better, but I'd argue at this price point, you're really winning here. One thing to note, there's a big beep when you press it. You can turn it off. It is mighty annoying. But as you can see, it is super reactive, which is nice. Obviously, you can connect it all up with your phone, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, etc., should you wish, which is nice. And it's got real buttons as well to turn your volume up and down, skip track, tune the radio. It's got a button with tune on it. I mean, that's pretty nostalgic, but I quite like that. Air vents that you deal with manually, obviously, in your climate control down here at the bottom. And once again, beautifully, it is all buttons, knobs and dials, which I quite enjoy. So you can set your heat here, and it shows you on your infotainment system your heat setting. So I'm just going to turn that down to 20 because it's quite warm in here. But this has got a super premium feature: heated steering wheel, heated seats. I don't know why I'm surprised to see that on a car like this, but I absolutely love that it has a heated steering wheel. Now, obviously, in this premium car, you want to listen to your premium sounds, and lucky for you, this has a Bang & Olufsen sound system within it, which delivers premium sound no matter where you're going and how long you are going for. It is fantastic. You manage it all through the infotainment system. And of course, if you want to learn more about sound systems, well, guess what? We did a video on that. So you can click on the pop-out banner or on the link in the description to learn more about Bang & Olufsen and many more systems available in a car. Now, of course, this is a Vignale, so the touches are premium. The heated steering wheel, the seats, but you've got this nice carbon overlay. Actually feels like weaved material, but it looks carbon, and it's a nice finish. It's not too in your face, it's not too garish, it's premium. What a fantastic little car. You get so much for your money and it feels super comfortable. What's it like for passengers, I wonder? Now, obviously, the back of a Ford Fiesta isn't the biggest thing in the world, but it's plenty big enough to fit adults and a little baby inside, or toddler if you like. So this fits really nice and snugly in here, no problem at all. They've got ISOFIX links across the entire back of the bench here, which is fantastic. You've got enough room for your legs, your toes and everything besides, I guess. Electric windows at the back so that your passengers can open the window much better than in the old days. In the old Fiestas, we had to wind it down yourself. Remember that? Light for vanity, but essentially with the nice premium feeling seats in the rear that are very similarly appointed to the seats at the front, your passengers will have very little to grumble about back here. Looking to buy your next car? At Big Motoring World, we have thousands, yes, thousands of cars across our forecourts because we're big on choice and we're big on what matters to you. Now, if you're looking to sell your car, we will give you a 7-day guaranteed valuation if you sell the car to bigwantsyourcar.com. This means when you send us a picture of your car, we don't chip you down on price like some others. And with no admin fees and instant bank transfers, you get the money straight away. Cha-ching! And did I mention that we also pick up your car free of charge? This is the Mini Cooper S All Electric, or simply known as the Mini Electric. Yes, that's right. Your favorite Mini premium package has gone plug-in. But there are a few features on the exterior of this Cooper S that I want to draw your attention to that I think are particularly lovely, as they've carried over from the internal combustion version of this car. Let's start at the front. So you've got this lovely grille, but the air scoop that you would recognize from the combustion engine driven Cooper S, that of course on that car scoops in all that lovely air for the supercharger and the turbos, but on this at least shows a nod to the heritage of this particular car. The classic Cooper headlights, they are here and safe and sound, which I'm very glad to say. And then the alloy wheels, which I particularly like because they look like a 3-pin plug. It's a nice little nod to the fact that this is now electric. As you head back, it's all Cooper, as you would know and love. Really large doors so that your passengers can pop into the back when the seats are down. Nobody blew the bloody doors off of this particular Mini. And yes, I am making a reference to the Italian Job, but the original Italian Job, the better one from the 60s. Nothing against you, Mr. Mark Wahlberg, but your version was not as good. As you head round the back, you've got your plug-in for your 32.6 kilowatt hour battery. It's got AC and DC charging, which means when you're out and about, it will charge quicker than you might expect, especially if you're brand new to the EV world. And this plug-in will get you 150 miles there or thereabouts on a charge. But then as you head around the back of the Cooper S all electric, well, there's some nice little added fancies for me to show you. At the rear end of the Mini, it's got a nice little nod to its heritage in the light cluster. As you can see, the Union Jack alive and well. Of course, Mini, or this particular type of shape, being pumped out by BMW since 2001, but they are still made in Oxford. In fact, if you find yourself in that part of the world, they've got a visitor centre. It's well worth it. But let's talk about the rear boot space. You've got 210 litres of space in the back, goes up to 800 if you pop the back seats down. I'm going to be desperately honest with you. If you want to carry more than this medium-sized suitcase, for example, you are going to have to put one of those seats down. But that is not a bad thing. It is still rather practical for a small premium hatch. But you're going to spend a lot of time in the cabin driving this because it is so much fun. So let's have a little explore of the interior. The inside of this Mini is classic meets modern meets premium. It's a three-way interior. Now, it is a wonderful place to be. I will start with the seats. They are extraordinarily comfortable and sporty all at the same time. This is, of course, a Cooper S. The Cooper S is the sportier side of the Mini range, and it really does feel like that, even down to the steering wheel. Now, the steering wheel itself, nicely adorned with a leather feel and real buttons to choose what you want from your menu. So your cruise control, your volume up, down, answer the phone, that kind of carry on, all done from the steering wheel. Then in front of you, you've got a nice mini little display that actually, oh, see what I did there, Mini. And it shows just how much power you're using and how fast you're going, obviously, and what have you. And this has got a heads-up display. It's all super crisp. I really enjoy it. And do you know what? You don't feel too closed in here because of all the glass. You can see out of absolutely everything. It's such a wonderful place to sit. Now, the infotainment, now that is something that I really enjoy. You've got a choice of lots of buttons, but also touchscreen, which is nice, but you can control it from a little iDrive feeling set of knobs in the middle. Not a bad thing at all, but it's got everything you would expect: Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, sat nav, and you can manage your charging degrees in the infotainment as well. So whether you want to charge your battery up to 80% plus, you can do from in here. Nice little touches that I enjoy. Well, when you turn the heat up and down through the climate control options, which are all buttons in the main dashboard, the main big circular surround, well, that changes color alongside it, which I quite enjoy. Now, because I am a child, one of the key things that I like about Minis in general is all the buttons and knobs that frankly make me feel like a fighter pilot. You've got all the buttons up here that manage the lights, the button that manages the sunroof, all up here as well. Lovely job. Start, stop, that's usually in red, for example, in a Cooper S, but it's in green because this is all electric. You can choose your driving mode from a little knob down here as well. Sport, green, normal, all of that. It's just a really nice touch. Even the gear lever is really, really nice. Obviously, this doesn't have a transmission. You've basically got forward, neutral, and reverse, and it's all really good. It feels very premium. There are hints of BMW in here. The button that selects your collision warning, pedestrian alert, your intelligent safety system, basically, I can tell you now that has come straight out of a 1 Series. But it's great. It's a wonderful place to sit. It's a wonderful place to be. And of course, as you're driving along in silence, if you want, because it's all electric, you do, of course, have the option for sound. It is equipped with a Harman Kardon sound system, which you're more used to finding as an option in BMWs. But of course, because Mini is part of that BMW group, you can also have it optioned in your Mini, and that is exactly what we have in here. It is a fantastic system. And if you want to learn more about sound systems, well, lucky you, we've done a video on just that subject, which you can watch by clicking on the banner or going into the link in the description of this video. So wonderful additions, and you can see the subtle hints of the BMW group scattered within, but it really actually finishes what is a very premium cabin. Now, if you're driving along in one of these, there is a fair chance you'll have passengers. So what's it like in the back? Once you're in the back, it is still a premium place to be. The seats are nicely appointed and upholstered, just like in the front. It is a 2+2. There is no middle seat that you can pop a passenger in, but there is ISOFIX in the 2 seats that are back here. So if you do have a child seat, that will go back here, no problem. It doesn't feel as cramped as it might do because this has got a double panoramic roof, so there's plenty of light coming in from upstairs. And there are creature comforts such as a little cup holder, and the Harman Kardon sound system is back here as well. So your passengers can enjoy the same music in the same quality as you do in the front. I'm gonna be honest, it is a little tight. I'm 5'8". The driving seat is in my position and my legs are literally pinned in place. So you're not gonna be doing a hugely long journey necessarily in the back. Penzance to John O'Groats might not be a journey you want to do from the back, but it's still premium, it's still nice enough for zipping around. Overall, it's still a nice place to be. Cars that are pint-sized but packed full of practicality. The Ford Fiesta Vignale. It's undoubtedly premium. The interior is fantastic and it offers you incredible miles per gallon. The all-electric Mini, a wonderful nod to its heritage while taking you effortlessly into an all-electric future. But one thing's for sure, no matter which one of these two that you choose or whether you want to choose something else, here at Big Motoring World, we're big on choice and we're big on what matters to you.